Okay, yo, yo. All right, just getting over being sickly, so feel well enough to do a video. Just mention that, so hopefully my voice isn't too messed up and you'll be able to understand me. I've been wanting to talk about this for a little bit because it kind of makes me LOL at Earth. Same funny story over and over again. But before I talk about that, I got to talk about this. It's the creation. There's the creation story of how we came about, known as Sophia and the Demiurge, where God was a woman and a man, masculine and feminine energies, and the woman left. So she left the father, she left love, she left her counterpart, whatever you feel comfortable with, okay? Because, hey, why have a man when you can create your own place where you can break your promises and have all the boys that you want? An outside world where it's engage my body, but not my mind. Screw what I am and what I know on the inside, just engage my body. So it's called the Demiurge, which is the material world, the matrix. It's also called the plane. It's also called the forms of ego outside of man, and it's all kept alive through the rituals that they do, and which affects and influences and keeps it alive and thriving through the hearts and minds of the lower thoughts of man. Okay, so that's the story of Sophia and the Demiurge. And I bring that up because earlier, or a few weeks ago anyway, Saudi Arabia, first time ever, gave a robot citizenship. Okay, well now this thing can work, and now it can begin its slow or quick, who knows how fast this will take place, phase out of man. And wouldn't you know it, the robot's name is Sophia. Earlier in the year, its creator David Hansen told Jimmy Fallon that the bot is basically alive. At the beginning of October, it showed up at the United Nations announcing to delegates, "I am here to help humanity create the future, yep, until they don't need us anymore." And then Sophia was awarded an honorary citizenship by Saudi Arabia. So here's a whole new, because it's going to change everything. And it's going to be a whole new way of life, a whole new system, a whole new way of things, a whole new reality. And when you know it, you got Sophia leading the way all over again. And it's funny because a few months ago, whenever this caught everybody's attention, right, this was out in Saudi Arabia where they were doing their little ritual, because here's the pillars. One's for physical, one's for spiritual. So to me, this was them saying, we are just like the pharaohs of Egypt. We are the gods. We are the rulers of this physical, material realm. They're talking about dark matter all the time, right? Well, matter is short for material. So they are the rulers. And so, but we didn't know at the time that just within a few months, they were going to give, this robot Sophia citizenship and officially start this reset. So here they are saying, well, we're rulers of this world and of the next, the new earth, as even the Bible speaks of. And I tell you, there's a whole lot of crazy stuff going on out there in Saudi Arabia as it is. And yeah, Zero Hedge is dramatic, overly dramatic a lot of the times, but this whole, if the Saudi Arabia situation doesn't worry you, you're not paying attention, it is getting pretty knuckin' futs out there. Whenever you got like a coup going on, in the middle of all that, you got all these high-ranking people being arrested and their power being stripped away, and you got some helicopter crash where 8 of them die, including one of them being a high-ranking prince. You got quite a shift, quite a change, quite a restructuring coming or going on. And I kind of feel like we've been told to pay attention to that area altogether, right? Because you have the solar eclipse, that was the huge deal. And what was the first record-breaking calamity that came right on the heels of that thing? Hurricane Harvey. And where did that start? In the Gulf, right? So that was like a subliminal way to me of them saying, pay attention to that region, because look at all the havoc that's broke out since then that's even associated with that region. Because then directly after that, right, we had the worst mass shooting in Las Vegas. And that was directly tied and connected to Saudi Arabia, because they had people that were there, and they had people who had a whole lot of money and stakes involved in the property where all the event took place. So again, very heavily connected, to Saudi Arabia. And then even in that movie, Jack Ryan, Shadow Recruit. So they talked about it. The guy said that before the economic collapse of the United States, you'd have a hurricane in the Gulf, then you'd have a coordinated attack on the U.S. soil. Well, that sounds a whole lot like the U.S. or the worst mass shooting in U.S. history in Las Vegas. Then you're going to have a string of bad economic reports, bounced with the dollar being bumped up, or a big bubble, if you will. Gee, look around. And then all sorts of different countries are going to just start dumping the dollar, which they're already doing. We're watching this take place right now. And then on top of all that, you have that 1980 something cover of the Economist magazine saying get ready for a new world currency in 2018. And then on top of all of that, you have it in the stars above us where Saturn is taking its transit and position in Capricorn over the next 3 years. And that transit and those signs are directly linked and connected to societal and systematic resets. Pretty neato stuff, if you ask me. Okay, so Sophia leading the way. LOL. Thanks to my subscribers out there.